Live, live, live. I'm not sure we're live, but we're making refried beans. Mexican refried beans from scratch. Kind of from scratch, because I already cooked the beans, the pinto beans. Let me see. Looks like we're still live, but I can't look at the stream. Oh yeah, I am live. I am live. Alright, so we're gonna use a cast iron pan. See if I can find it here. Excuse the mess. I was going to clean the stove, but I didn't. Let's check it out. The stream is still there. Alright, so we're gonna, it looks like we're live, ready to go. I just wanted to make sure that the view was the correct one. The camera needed tilted up, tilted down. So what I'm going to do is, first I turn on the stove, medium heat, and then I'm gonna put lard. I'm gonna use lard. Lard is the way to go when you're going to make refried beans. Some people might say it's not healthy, but it's definitely it gives it a really good flavor. So we're gonna be generous with our lard because we're making a lot of beans. And then we're gonna chop up some onions. I have the onions here. Peel off the layer of the onion. Alright, so there's gonna be very small chunks of onion, very thin. Very thin onion, small pieces. So by the time you fry it, you can't really tell there's onions in there. You're not supposed to feel the onions when you're eating the beans, so that's why it has to be tiny pieces of beans. Of onions. So any big chunks, we gotta chop them a little finer. Alright. We could have gone finer, but I'm not that good at chopping. So it is what it is. Once you fry them, it'll kind of get smaller too, and you'll eventually won't even be able to tell they're there when you're eating the beans. But you do want to get them as small as you can from the get-go. That way you don't have to worry about it once you're eating the beans. Now this one, it's definitely gonna show. So alright, so our lard is ready to go. Right. Now we're gonna chop up some garlic. And this garlic has been here for a long time. Look, it's already growing. Man, I don't know if I should plant it in the garden or chop it up, man. Alright. So I'm gonna get some cloves of garlic. Chop it up. I don't know about you, but I love the taste and the smell of garlic. It's super strong though. Probably not the best for your breath, but it does taste pretty good. Man, this garlic looks like it's old, but it is what it is. That's what we have. So, and it's, for me, it's even harder to chop up garlic because it's just so small. See if this works. Alright. Usually we do more, but I don't want to burn my onions either. Let's see. Stir them a little bit. So they need to be fried so they can get crispy and they can just pretty much dissolve once we are done with the, by the time we're done with the beans, you won't even be able to know that there's onions in there. So I do have time to do one more garlic here. Some more garlic. That's probably fine. There's a big piece right there. Big piece of onion. But that's okay. It should be fine. So now we have our beans here. Like I said, already pre-cooked them. The only thing I added to them was salt and a little bit of onion. So when we fry them, we're not gonna add a whole bunch of salt because it already has salt when I cook them. So I'm gonna start slow. So that's gonna bring the heat down on the lard. Get that sizzle. So some of that juice. Yeah. So at this point right here is where when we're gonna add the pepper. Okay, and then we're gonna do cumin. I'm trying to remember which one is the cumin. I have a ground ginger. I'm gonna add a little bit of ground ginger too. Just a little bit. Never done it before, but can't go wrong with ginger. And then cumin right here. Just a little bit, and then a little bit of oregano. No, oregano is it's gonna be your secret weapon, because I know that not a lot of people use oregano on their beans, but just be careful because it could be, you could overtake the flavor. Like the oregano is very strong, so just a little bit is fine. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of granulated onion, just a tiny bit. There you go. And I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. I tried the beans and they need a little bit of salt, so I'm just gonna add a little more, not a whole lot. Alright, so let them sit there for a little bit. So they heat up, they get warm again. Alright. Then I'm gonna use the bean smasher slash puree thingy. I don't know what the official name of this is. And then you start smashing them. And that's why you don't want to use like pour everything at once. You want to leave some beans and some of the little the soup, because if they're too thick, you know, you can always add more water. If they're too watery or runny, then you add more beans. That's kind of why you never use the whole thing at once. You just like kind of gauge it, see how it is. If they're Now just take this, that all the moisture is gonna leave the beans, or you know, a lot of the moisture, so that you leave them like watery, runny. It's good because eventually they're gonna be the texture is gonna change. So just something to consider when you're making beans. Might have over fried the onions, so I can see a little bit of onions there, like burnt onions, but it's just gonna add to the flavor. It's not a big deal. Now some chicken fingers. Nicole, come get your chicken fingers. Want to say hi to the guys? Okay. Is that the chicken finger dance?
Yeah.
Lower the heat a little bit. So now at this point, I think the texture, the consistency is right. So it's safe to add a little bit more beans and a little bit more water. I take this piece of onion there. Alright. A little bit of soup, bean juice. Now, fun fact about Mexican culture or Mexican moms. I remember, I don't know if I think they did, but for me, but I remember when I was maybe like what, 10, 12, I discovered that moms would put this soup in a bottle, like a baby bottle, and where the formula goes, and they would give them to the kids. It's supposed to have some iron, I guess, but I don't know if everybody does it. But I remember like I heard about it when I was a kid. I thought it was disgusting at the time. How are you gonna give a baby like bean juice, you know. But I guess it was a thing. I don't know if it still is. I don't know if it's still a thing where you put bean juice, bean soup into baby bottles to feed your kids. It's kind of weird to me. I guess I could see where it could be like nutritious, or you could get nutrients out of there, but to me now as an adult it sounds super disgusting. Now I'm gonna heat up the comal so I can heat up a flour tortilla and make myself a bean and cheese burrito with fresh refried beans. So like I say, this you might think it's a little runny, but when they get colder and when you reheat them, they're gonna be thicker. So at that point, even when you reheat them, if you save this, you're gonna be able to reheat them with this, and it'll bring back that consistency that you're looking for. Again, if you like them like runny like this or a little thicker, you can get it with this. So it's good to save some even for after when you're gonna reheat them. All right. Get some of these chicken fingers. Look at some cheese. All right. These are ready, so I'm gonna turn off the stove. These are ready. I haven't even tried it. It's a good idea to try them. That way I can see if they need salt or pepper, or maybe they're too salty. I think they need a little bit of salt. Let me try them again. Maybe a little bit of salt, not too much. I think it's pretty good, but I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt. And then I don't know if you can tell, but they're already getting thicker. So it's just when the moisture leaves, it just starts getting thicker. Yep, right there. Alright, so I'm gonna put the cheese in here. Boom, boom. I'm not gonna make a quesadilla. I'm gonna get one of these styrofoam plates because I don't want to do dishes more than I already have to. Alright. Now a lot of people put like queso fresco or panela or cotija cheese. I like it with Monterey. That's how I just like I like it with panela and queso fresco too, but this is my go-to cheese. A little too warm, so I'm gonna let it sit there for a couple minutes while I clean up. I'm only gonna eat one. garlic is... I guess I almost want to plant it in the garden. Get some garlic going on in the backyard. Alright, time to try it. Take a bite. Oh no, hold on. Enjoy this bean and cheese burrito with fresh refried beans. Ah, it's hot. It's good. It's just too hot right now to enjoy it. So there you have it, folks. Mexican refried beans, live, coming live to you from San Diego, California. So leave me a comment, a like. If you got anything else, or you do something different with yours, let me know. But that's what I do. It's pretty good. Alright, see you later, alligator.